resounded to singing and applause from anti-fracking campaigners today as 3 of their fellow activists walked free from prison. The judges ruled that the custodial sentences imposed on the 3 men had been manifestly excessive, and instead they should have been made to do community service. The trio had climbed onto lorries outside the energy firm Quadrilla's gas extraction site in Lancashire at a protest in July. They were jailed last month for committing a public nuisance after a trial at Preston Crown Court. Our North of England correspondent, Claire Fallon, has this report.
They've been inside this prison for 3 weeks. Anti-fracking activists jailed for protesting. Jailed wrongly, according to the Court of Appeal.
Today's decision affirms that when people peacefully break the law out of a moral obligation to prevent the expansion of fossil fuel industries, they should not be sent to prison. The fracking industry threatens to industrialise our beautiful countryside. Fracking is beginning right now, so there has never been a more critical time to take action. Your planet needs you. We encourage everyone who is able to join us to take action this Saturday at the mass demo at Preston Road.
We've been up on these trucks for 3 days.
This is where it began. The Fracking 3, as they're now known, on top of trucks, refusing to get down. Their aim? To try and stop fracking machinery being moved to a site near Blackpool. Prosecuted for causing a public nuisance, another protester was given a suspended sentence. The 3 who were jailed were given sentences of 15 and 16 months. Today, judges at the Court of Appeal reached this decision.
We have concluded that an immediate custodial sentence in the case of these appellants was manifestly excessive. In our judgment, the appropriate sentence which should have been imposed on the 26th of September was a community order with a significant requirement of unpaid work.
In the 3 weeks the activists have been in jail, things have moved on. At the site where they protested, fracking has now started. Cue more protests. The company Quadrilla has said fracking will bring jobs and investment to this area, that homegrown energy, even from fossil fuels, is better than importing. The energy firm hasn't commented about today's decision to free the men who held up their work. Last time I spoke to you, you were on top of a truck.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm well. Feeling stronger and more motivated than ever to continue to take our action and fight fracking.
Thank you.
Jailed for protesting, now free. Tomorrow they say they'll return to the site where they were arrested to protest some more.
Claire Fallon reporting. Well, now speaking to me now from outside Preston Prison is one of the 3 anti-fracking activists, Simon Roscoe Blevins himself, released earlier today. Simon Roscoe Blevins, well, first of all, I mean, the shock of finding you were going to jail for a whole year, how did it feel the first few days?
It felt quite scary, to be honest, facing prison, but not as much for our personal experience, but for the fact that to find out that we're living in a country in the 21st century that is happy to send peaceful protesters to prison. And the precedent that could set was terrifying, because it made it out that it wasn't just us, it wasn't just an issue about fracking, it was about democracy. So it's a great relief that now this has been overturned.
So in a sense, the Court of Appeal has vindicated the legal system in your mind?
In this instance, it has, yes.
I mean...
but I just hope that
do you now sort of regret what you did?
Not at all. I think it's really important in a situation to think about the context that this action was taken in, and the implications that has for so many people around the world facing climate change. So this week is the Green Britain Week, which comes a week after the IPC issued its report while we were in prison, saying that governments aren't taking action fast enough to tackle climate change.
But the difficulty surely
that we might be threatened with a few weeks in prison is barely comparable to the implications of climate change.
The difficulty surely is that actually gas is better than coal, and of course for poorer people particularly, it's much, much cheaper.
So we need to be moving straight past that now. As you heard from the climate scientists from the IPCC, we don't have time, we need to take action now. So the government needs to be investing in helping people insulate their homes, helping people move on to green electricity and renewable energy, not staying behind with these fossil fuels. And the government needs to be helping people do that rather than investing and rather than changing the law to try and push the fossil fuel industry through. And we need to hold them to account for this.
But isn't the difficulty that the Earth has proved that it cannot go fast enough? And at least this is a step in one direction that reduces the use of the most noxious fuels available, coal.
Well, we definitely need to phase out coal, but we can't be replacing it with another fossil fuel. There is the technology in place to go to renewables soon, and we need to do that now. And we can do that if we have the decision from the government to do that. So we need to do that now, and people need to stand up and hold them to account for this.
But if you look, if you look at the American experience, 70% of natural gas development in North America comes from fracking. And of course, it's totally reduced the need to import the stuff from Russia and Saudi Arabia in much more noxious form.
But all of that natural gas burning is still releasing greenhouse gases, which contribute to climate change. And whether it comes from the other side of the world or whether it's a domestic source, it's still contributing to climate change, and that is still the greatest threat we have here. And we have the technology in place. I work at a university. We have the technology in place to go to renewables very quickly. All we need now is a political decision to do so. And it's our duty as citizens of this planet, as parents, as family members, as members of society, to hold the government to account. And that's why many of us, hundreds, thousands of us, need to stand up and take action.
In a word, will you be up there again protesting?
I'm not going to stop campaigning. This hasn't deterred us. The issue is still there, and we need to keep fighting.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Now, Theresa May travelled to Brussels this afternoon.